Anyways.
You start.
Okay.
Okay, DM, do your DM stuff.
Yes, where the fuck is our general ambience music that we've been using? Taylor!
Oh
Help.
no! I don't know! Oh, do you want the Xenoblade one?
Yeah, that one!
Lots of
The
nice.
vibes.
Hold on.
It's kind of become our general ambience music.
But hold on, you didn't ask me for it before the session, so I didn't know to get it, Amps.
Because I didn't think about it, okay? I was thinking about other things.
Bruh.
Like the fact that my fucking notes are broken.
Why are your notes broken, hun?
I don't know! It just didn't save it. I need to make the announcement still, too. Thank.
Professional DM, everyone. Has been DMing for 32 sessions now.
There. Announcement made. Professional. Okay. So, I believe where we last left off, the party had decided on what they're going to, at least for now, plan to do.
Yeah, like
They have decided to arm prisoners and
Nodders.
break them out.
Nodders.
thumbs up emoji.
Nodders.
It didn't cost as much as I thought, honestly.
How much?
Turns out it's surprisingly cheap to fund 300 peoples with an army.
Yeah, it's like 17k from what Pandaman guessed.
Yeah, it was 17,500 if using like the more expensive stuff, even without going all the way to like plate mail, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Because
You know.
That'll knock it up a bit.
Yeah, that'll.
I went with the reasonably priced stuff, not the high end. High end. So
You went for the average starter kit.
Lamel. I mean, just wait until we tell the king, and then, because then Lola Mao, then he'll just fund the whole damn fucking thing, and then some.
Yeah.
I mean, wait, we did kill the king. That's right.
And there was
He doesn't know
20 or
the
25%
extent of
off.
your plan.
That's fair. That is fair.
We told the king, and then he replaces our 25 discount with a 100%.
True. Your 25%, your 25% discount has been replaced with a 100% one. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Go save the world.
King goes, here, have my credit card.
King's credit card. King's credit card. Item. Equipment.
Rarity, legendary, can allows you to buy anything within the Kingdom of Elerian for free.
Yo, Pod, I get to get that wisdom book. Let's go.
God.
Training manuals.
Yeah.
Those are expensive, dude.
Yeah, because they take a fucking minute.
I mean, the funnier thing is to use it to get a robo stars, but I'm selfish, so.
But I guess we're gonna inform the king that hey, yeah, we're scaling, we're planning a fucking full scale prison break, like breaking the whole damn place
And
out.
revolt, and potentially a entire army defecting.
Yeah, I guess we'll throw. I mean, those are minor details at best, but you know, we'll let them know.
Can we get a sending stone for Woodrow and give it to the king?
Um,
And add it to the sending table.
I still say that that table should be made out of sending stones, but Ems won't let it.
Do you know how heavy it would be?
They're already lugging it around anyway, Eps. What does
Yes,
it
it's
matter
a
to them?
wooden. It is a wooden table, and it requires 2 people to lug around.
Wheels.
Just invent. Just put it on wheels for her.
Just invent a table with wheels.
Oh, Scott, I
Make
guess
it,
already.
make it to like a bicycle style table. And you just pedals his kingly legs and it propels it forward.
Yeah, just make Justice the engine for it, forehead.
Oh, that too. Let's make it into a chariot. Ascending chariot.
The king rides his sending chariot into battle. Hire 2 Goliaths. Thank you, Can. Thank you for your input.
True.
I hate it here.
You're the one who chose to DM this campaign. You don't get to say shit. This is what you
Yes,
signed
I
up
do.
for. No, you don't.
Alright, makes a note to add more counter spells.
Bitch, I will cheese them all the fucking day long. Fucking
Alright,
watch me.
let's get started.
Well, I mean, yeah, we are in fact going to inform the king that, hey, yeah, along with this whole prison break, we're planning a potential revolt, and potentially having an entire portion of the Imperium army defecting.
We just lost a Taylor.
Rudy.
His computer turned off.
Can't believe Taylor left us.
Can't believe we have to get another new player. Hey, Fur, you around?
No, I believe he's currently in a different D&D game.
It sucks to be
Yeah.
him.
I will be right back though while waiting for Taylor.
Okay.
Hey, Burb, you around? Smile.
I think Burb's dead.
When isn't Burb dead?
It's weekend, he's sleeping.
True.
He is officially allowed to die on the weekends. So how's everybody doing? How you doing, Panda?
Doing okay, I guess. Lazy day.
I was supposed to sleep in today.
I did unintentionally.
Here's the thing. I wanted to intentionally sleep in today. I unintentionally slept for less than usual.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back.
I don't know why my computer decided to turn off.
Taylor defected, lol.
Bruh.
You know what I just realized I could do?
What?
What?
Bruh.
Well, I mean, I have my D&D Beyond stuff, right? I could just send you guys the link to one of the campaigns that I'm not using, and then you'll have access to all the books
Yo.
that I bought, at least. The ones I bought, at least. I haven't bought everything, but
I mean,
most
yeah.
everything.
I don't know how to use D&D Beyond.
It's not that
You
hard
just
to
gotta
know at all.
log in, and then if you have my link, then it'll take you to a campaign. You just say you're joining the campaign, even though you're not really. And then you'll have access to all of, their library.
Anyways, what did I miss?
Nothing. We literally stopped. And now we're currently waiting for Tyson, because he said he'll be back when...
Yeah.
you're
I'm back.
Good timing.
Alright. So you all head off to the king, and
Did we even leave the king after the end of the last session?
I believe so. Yes, because you were all down in the courtyard, which is when Justice gave you your discount.
Did we give that on the
Justice
way
discount.
back to the king to go tell him?
No, we were going to go to the quartermaster before we were
Yeah, you were walking and talking with Justice to the quartermaster, and then he told the quartermaster to give you 25% discount.
Thumbs up.
Adore thumbs up.
Wait a moment.
Nodders. So, are you going to? I'm guessing you probably talk to the quartermaster about how much it's going to cost, and would get the number that Panda Man gives you, which was like 17k, just over 17k.
Yeah, 17k. Then the discount brought it down to 13.
Ah,
Nice.
nodders.
13,125 is a total. If we don't want to make any changes to what I threw.
Hey,
on
we can
there.
use Can's money, Smile. We can use Can's 40 grand, Smile.
I mean, Caroline's not here. Caroline
That's the
has her
joke.
money.
That's the joke.
I have 21k.
But yeah. So, after that, you head off to the king. And he is in his office, currently standing over his sending stone table.
Hello.
Hello. Anything new to report before for the day?
We're simply planning a massive prison break
And a revolt.
and a revolt
And I may have gotten
and a defection from a potential portion of the Imperium army.
I may have gotten the commander to if we get his wife, there may be a possibility that he could get his most loyal to defect.
Just to causing an utter state of absolute and total panic throughout the Imperium, throughout Eternia.
I mean, 30 hardened warriors? No, not 30. 300 hardened warriors?
Plus a small portion of the Imperium army, making them have to completely question who was friendly and who was hostile.
And Justice will pipe in. Add to that a civilian revolt happening in the streets, and potentially a frontal attack from us.
And potentially some potential harassment from the Silent Queen, and you have one recipe for the downfall of the Imperium.
Isn't that nice?
Isn't this kind of wishful thinking, maybe?
Oh,
We've done stupider.
we've done stupider. Like the time we almost became ransom chips.
No, I mean, if we do this, I don't think the Imperium will just crumble, will it?
If you add in all of the things, and internally having to deal with the fact that there is an ongoing prison break, so they have to rally people to deal with the potential to try and deal with that. A civilian revolt, which is going to tap even more of their forces, and getting raided by the Silent Queen, which is going to cause them no end of annoyance, and top that all off with a complete and utter all-in attack from Elerian and her allies, which in most cases would require most of their focus,
They're gonna be spread out really thin.
and include into that even a small portion of their army defecting, and that could have an easily cascading effect among those in the lower ranks.
Also, I miscounted. I have no more 3rd level spell slots somehow. Don't worry about it.
We have a motion.
I see.
Out of all of these things, the revolt is probably going to be the hardest, followed by a betrayal of an officer.
Well, I mean, there is one. That being the Woodrow. The
His name is Woodrow. Caroline met him a while ago.
when we were
Yes, the commander who had his wife captured.
And then he was blackmailed into service 20 years later?
if we were to rescue his wife, it would pretty much free him to do what he wanted.
What's the defect? He's been wanting to defect this entire time, but considering that his wife has been in the pits for, I don't know, 50 years? He hasn't been able to. It's very advanced blackmail, honestly.
But yes, in terms of, in what ways would this revolt be hard to pull off?
Well, you need to get people to do a revolt.
Depending, I mean, there's probably a reasonably sized descent upon the Eternia's population, because this war hasn't exactly been going well for them.
We have to get in there first and scout out.
We'd have to get in first to see exactly how much dissent is going on. I mean, worst case is that the Imperium is lying to everyone and saying that the war is going swimmingly.
Propaganda and all that.
Yes.
You see him stop for a moment, and soon after the door opens and Amelia comes in. Yes, my lord?
Amalia, yeah?
Yes. Amalia, what? You told me last time you were able to get any kind of infiltration in the city that the poor in particular were not faring so well. Yes, food rations have gone up largely. The cost of food rations have gone up largely in the capital, sir, due to our disruption of the trade with the assistance of the Silent Queen.
The party talked to the king about their plans. That they are planning a revolt. An uprising. What is it called? Defection. From a... Uprising and revolt are the same thing, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. The context changes slightly with the words, but they're pretty much the same thing.
Pretty much.
An uprising tends to be of occupied territory, a revolt tends to be of, core territory.
Yeah.
Deacon.
So in this context, it would be a revolt. As far as arming those who wish to dissent from the rule of the Imperium could easily be armed via me. This helm of teleportation has served me incredibly well, and it will continue to.
Yes, if you can get people on side, I would be more than happy to fund a revolt in the city. the better equipped we can make it, the more likely it is that it'll succeed and that people will survive.
Yes.
I've not been doing well because of the what? Disruption.
Disruptions to trade via the Silent Creed raids.
To the to trade routes because of the raids from the second point. Her henchmen.
And as far as getting the soldiers to defect, I'm sure we've all more and more are willing to defect and accept Elerian's offer new of citizenship.
Yeah. Oh, we were talking. Did we mention? Out of character, we mentioned the rumors, right? Last second.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, that's because that's what Amalia's doing.
Yep.
Ooh.
She's been orchestrating the spreading of that rumor. Well, it sounds like we have a plan. All we need to do is get you into the city, and this Woodrow, this commander, perhaps he can help you get in.
For me, it's relatively simple-ish. We have mind shielding plus Kitsune Shin.
Yes, I'm thinking much more for Rivius and of course Gore.
Yeah, I would have never figured that.
Woodrow might have an idea for Gore. The best idea that we've had so far is to have Gore act as Woodrow's personal slave. As for Rivius, dress him up as a kid, I guess. Just take off the half plate, or make it or some good old invisibility, but is a dangerous game.
Well, I think first off we need to see if we can get Woodrow here, so we can have a conversation with him about how.
He wouldn't. He's not. I don't believe he's allowed to.
I don't think he would be allowed to.
Is Woodrow still at that camp, Emps?
Nobody's asked him, so you don't know.
I don't have any sending spells anymore.
Only you send it once. Actually, that's twice. Yeah, twice. I have one more. I guess I'll send in Woodrow, because I know his name and his general look. Plans coming to fruition. What is your current location?
Plans coming to fruition.
I guess plans coming together is a better name.
Together. Where is your current location?
All right. He will send back. Currently on patrol. Northeast of Dread Keeps.
Currently on patrol northeast of Dread Keeps.
He would be around this area then.
Okay.
Thumbs up. Oh, so on our side. That's on our side. Okay.
Yes, he is on the northeast of Dread Keeps.
Okay, so that's on Elerian's side.
Huh. He mentions that it would be wise to
Damn, it's so warm right now. Let me relay the information that Woodrow is currently to the northeast of the Dread Keeps on our side.
The king will look at Amalia. See if you can get a scout to him. Immediately, sir. His name's Woodrow, correct?
Yeah,
Correct.
Commander Woodrow. He is. I believe he's quite old for a human, as far as Caroline told me.
Well, humans can be pretty spry even into their later years.
That's correct. That is correct. Yes.
Caroline will probably be tormenting people for years upon years to come.
Honestly, I think that's what he would want.
Probably a safe bet. The king looks straight ahead for a moment.
Hmm?
I just messaged him.
Oh, you man. Oh, right. Oh yeah, boys can get sending, yeah.
Yeah. And even if they didn't, you could just use magical secrets.
You know what? That's fair.
All right. My scout's going to meet with him. Then he is going to we have an idea.
What is your idea, my liege?
We'll have to wait a few days, but he is making his way here. We are setting up we're going to set up a reason for him to get away from his army.
Oh. Oh shit, did Caroline tell Rubius about the psionic thing? Probably not. Because Taylor, know that every commander's connected psionically.
I have to
But
wonder.
Rubius doesn't know.
I would have to wonder if Ami knows. She's very lately magical. I want to say that she has some idea, but Caroline knew the most because she was directly psionic.
Yeah. What are you laughing about?
Can in chat. Caroline being an absolute gremlin for her natural life? Never. She's a saint who is a law-abiding citizen.
Fuck
And
off.
I'm straight.
Good one.
One of us is lying.
Smile. Which one? Spoiler alert, both of them are lying.
Alright, so.
Is that nope because only
Caroline never told anyone about the psionics thing.
oh, awesome pug.
I want to say that Ami would have some form of idea because it's Ami, Giga Magical, all that jazz. Mark, champion of the God of Magic, but I don't remember if she has ever gotten any inklings of that.
She never really got an encounter with that.
Not even with the commander at the fort?
Not really, because Caroline was the only one who noticed.
I just rolled
Because it was
poorly.
only her strike that was affected by it.
That's fair. Well, can I make the argument of Ami would have seen? On the account of whole wizard shenanigans?
I'm gonna say no in this instance.
Thumbs up.
All right, so the king will continue. So, if you all wish to remain here for a few days while we organize things, I also have an idea for getting everyone in,
What might
and
that be?
he seems to agree with me.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, Ami, as you said, getting you in isn't particularly hard, aside from the fact that they are restricting people who enter the city.
It must be because of the raids.
Dimension Door
But
should be a simple enough fix.
but that will be unnecessary because you will be going in as one of the commander's assistants.
I see.
But
You will
half
be going in undercover,
of us are non-human.
as will Elwyn.
He's putting a lot on the line for this.
Gore.
Hmm.
We briefly 25 words is not much to speak, and I did use 3 of them. We concluded that sending you in as a slave isn't the best idea. It separates you from the rest of your party and places you in a position of vulnerability. Instead, you will be going in as his personal champion.
That is acceptable.
You will
Sounds
be allowed to stay with him instead of in the prisons of the pits, while still having access to the pits directly. You will unfortunately have to remain attached to him at all times.
that is preferable to slavery in isolation.
And Rivias, we discussed an idea that requires a bit of experimentation on your part, but will make your entrance significantly easier, as you will be entering as a bodyguard.
I don't mean to be rude, my liege, but I don't think. So I don't think this is going to be magic, or
Somewhat magical, yes. My artificers are currently working on something.
so that not that kind of experimentation. Well, I mean, I don't. If it's the only way, I mean, I'm not a fan of this, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
So, it will take a few days.
Ami, no, wait, she did mention the commanders were linked, because I remember her and Ami did talk about it, and that's why they didn't do another leader raid. It was after they assassinated the cleric dude, otherwise psychic stuff didn't come up afterwards. So Ami does have an idea.
Okay.
So Ami would bring up the fact that commanders do seem to be rather sonically linked. The one person who knows more would be Caroline, but unaware of her whereabouts currently.
Yeah, he left. He left as we were entering the Bright Forest, and he hasn't. He hasn't returned.
She's still alive because maybe is sending her recently.
Yeah, I'm sending her recently. I asked her about the commander, and that's why we know of who he is.
Amalia, inform your scouts about this development. Make sure that precautions are taken. We need to make sure that the commander isn't exposed. Of course, my lord. All right, good. We'll make sure they can't do any kind of tracking of his location. And we'll figure out how to get him here. Thank you for the information.
And one of the simplest ways would just to send me and just have me teleport him and myself back here. But that would potentially be prone for getting caught.
And we lost Taylor again. His computer turned off.
Again?
Oof.
Yes.
Is this fucking CPU fan dead or something? This thing is just shutting off because of overheating. It's of overheat.
Scuff! Nodders.
Scuffba nodders.
Scuff.
Not as scuffed as Sven's first 4 sessions of AOA.
Hey, Devash, feels bad, man. If I ever play a Pathfinder 2e game again, I'm gonna play an archer fighter.
Hmm. I'll probably play something gunslinger. Gunslinger something.
Alright, well, we wait for a Taylor once more.
Yeah.
So how's everybody doing?
Okay, how are you?
Tired, but getting through.
Yeah, I tried to sleep early last night. Ended up waking up after 3 hours, and then couldn't fall asleep for the next 4.
Aw.
And then ended up sleeping in when I finally did fall asleep. There went my plans for waking up early and getting a start on the day.
I went to bed at 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. Woke up at 2:30. Fell asleep again at 3, and then woke up at 5.
Oh.
And I couldn't get back to sleep again after that. And then I proceeded to nap for 2 hours at 3 hours at 8 o'clock or so. Woke up at 11. Alright, we have a Taylor online again. Hopefully it means you'll be able to join the chat again soon.
Mhm.
And we can continue.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
Hey!
Hold on.
Holding.
No, please.
So what's the king talking about? I mean, Owen as the assistant. Idiot.
Ami and Elwin as assistants,
Mhm,
Gore as his personal champion, and
mhm.
Rivius as a bodyguard.
Okay. Ami also mentioned that the commanders of the Imperium in some way. Okay. What else did I miss?
Nothing.
That's
Those are
pretty much
stops.
it. We stopped there.
Okay.
Alright, just one moment. Okay. Alright, so. Is there anything else anyone would like to say to the king? Or do around the Dread Keeps, or in general, before we do a time skip?
Yeah. I want... I'm just gonna say... I want 2,000 in ink. I want 2,000 GP worth of ink.
Why do you want so much ink?
Because
Time
transcribing
for learning
spells
some scrolls.
because transcribing spells is fucking expensive, okay, Tay? It's 50
Okay.
GP per level of
I
spell.
mean, you can do it really quickly. You're Scribe's wizard.
Yes, but that does not negate the gold cost.
Fair enough.
All right. Yeah, the quartermaster has a lot of ink in stock. There are mages here, so he stocks a lot of it. You still have your 25% discount from
Pog?
Justice as well, so you can knock 25% off that 2K.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. Okay, hold on.
That's 500.
Yeah, so 1,500 would be the total cost.
Poggers.
See, look, we have people that actually know how to do math, y'all. I'm so this day.
Okay, so I have to go look through the books that I know. That I have. 12 books.
I sent you them, right? I sent you some of them.
Yeah.
You have the one from the goblins from the bridge. You have the one we found in the commander's office. And I think that's it. Right,
Okay,
Dad?
so...
I think so.
God, I have so many spells. Holy shit. Yeah. I will transcribe. I'll bite the bullet and I'll finally fucking transcribe counterspell.
Let's go! Wait, how much is counterspell transcription?
That would be 150.
Thumbs up, emoji.
Because it's 50 per level of spell. It's a level 2 spell. Bing bada boom. I can now add counterspell to my repertoire. And give imps the keys to the kingdom to start giving counterspells to monsters. Kill me now.
No, I don't think Fairy would want counterspell on monsters.
It's all fun and games until they counterspell Revivify.
It's all fun and games until It's all fun and games until fucking Strahd has counterspell. Speaking from experience. Literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, me and Ferd have talked at length about how to use counterspell, and right now we aren't quite settled on how we want to use counterspell, if ever.
You use it very sparingly. Because if I fight another wizard, then there ain't at least a smidge amount of counterspelling. I'm gonna be sad. But also, completely understandable. Counterspell just gets really annoying.
Didn't
They
ban
did.
the wizard duel from having counterspell?
Yes, because apparently it was an incident that I would love to hear about at some point.
The
Shame that place.
incident.
Shame that place doesn't exist anymore now, does it, Imps?
What's the incident?
Nobody knows except me
Yeah, of course you
Oh!
won't know.
and Ferd.
Oh,
And
about a
Angel.
Nui?
Hmm?
What incident?
No, when Ami was told that Counterspell and Wish are both banned from the arena, she was told that that it was because of after the incident.
Is this because Andromeda's being weird again?
No, this was entirely Amin for its decision.
Ah, so it's you two being weird again.
I mean,
Yes.
if you had told me that I had all 9 tails, I absolutely would have gone through all the fucking spells and just said, yes, Nodders. I have this now. I have this now. I have this now, and I have this now.
Yeah, I was dumb and forgot about it. I was
Yes, because
not
that
in
would
the
have been
headspace for that solo session.
would have been great because it would have been really fucking cool. But no, fucking forgot to come way after. But also, action economy of wizards is in shambles anyway, so I probably would have had
What is
economy to
Jan
use most of
talking
them.
about tacomancers?
This is in relation to Pathfinder.
It's fine. It can.
I'm just wondering. Can is also
Leo has given him a taco in Cypher as well.
God, I know. So what?
Can is very lucky that redacted.
Oh no.
Alright, so while Ami is busy with that, does anybody else want to do anything?
Nothing in particular.
Wait, how much is an upgrade to
Illusion.
8? Hold on. I need to check my shit. Oh, I need to attune to my headband and intellect again.
Okay, well, you've got several days, so that's
Yeah.
easy enough.
I also have to reattune to my ring of mind shielding.
I also have to switch out my spells again.
Welcome to
Bam!
Welcome to playing a cleric. Wowie.
Wowie! I need to turn it off. I'll keep sending on me. Take off zone of truth.
Oh, I could get
Leo
Fucking-
enables me, and vice versa, so it works out. You know, that's fair.
Oh god, I could get fucking Windwalk? Oh, fuck.
Oh no, wait, not
Oh, lord. Oh,
not
lord.
life transference. Put on Shield of Faith.
I could also get tens. Oh, wait a minute. I can get tensors. I can get a free once a day tensors. Eyes.
Once a day. Wait, does Ami have all of her tails?
No, I could have.
No.
I could have in the fight. I just remembered.
It was supposed to be one of the things she got for her
Power out.
power up for her solo session, but I forgot about it.
You're very smart.
Didn't need it
Thumbs up.
anyways. Dab.
I was
XC.
very tired.
Every time my computer's
Just-
turned off, it's been because I was laying down, so I'm now scared of laying down.
I could have had a reality break.
It's probably
sad.
from overheating.
Yeah, probably. Also, these things. I could have
Your
played
PC's always had a
disaster.
bit of a cooling problem. That's why
could've
we
had-
had to get you the cooling fan. Remember?
I forgot that I had a cooling problem, so when I took it off the cooling fan, it was fine for like a week, and then it decided to riot.
Well, it's a good thing you banned Wish, because if had you remembered, I literally could have just taken Wish. LOL.
Yeah, that was the original reason Wish was banned, because you could have taken it with your tails.
I was really curious why that was initially banned, but also like it was Wish. What the hell? I mean, yeah, it's a Wish. It's bullshit.
Also, it's you, Alex.
That's, you know, you're right. I could have just immediately started simulacrum chaining and just gone lol the mal. This solo session is now a fucking meme. That's
Yeah.
true. That's really true.
For for NNMs know you.
Yeah, also because I've broadcasted that these things exist before. I plan to do them. No, unless I feel like I need to do it. I'm sad I could have taken Blade of Disaster. It would have been dog shit because it's charisma. This would be off my charisma, but I could have taken it. True Polymorph would have been bad. Well, no.
Yeah, I just replaced Shield of Faith with Solar Cruise. You want to do anything, Tyson?
Yeah, Elwin, do you want to do anything?
Not really.
All right. So, as the days roll by, one thing you will get is a shipment comes in that the king meets directly, and over the course of the next few days, the king brought in more money for paying the wages of the troops, and you guys get the rest of your pay.
Yo, Pod.
How much is it?
You get another 18k,
Let's go!
bringing your total money up from your completed mission in the Bright Forest to 20k.
I love it here.
It was three.
Yay.
It was $3,000 to start.
Was it 3?
It was
Oh, no,
3 each, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
it
each,
was-
yeah.
All right. In that case, he gives you 17k each,
bruh.
Yeah.
bringing you to a total of 20k.
Hold on, where did I put Vivius's money? I don't know where I put it.
You're not tracking on your sheet.
Not because I'm dumb. Okay.
Thumbs up. I sold that potion of heroism. You know, I should probably give that to Gore. You could use it more than he can most certainly use it more than I can.
I'm so close to upgrading my amulet of the devout.
Or-
So close.
Or find the wisdom book.
You're right. Fuck. I'm so upset.
Would you say that you're in shambles?
Yes, as usual.
As per normal.
As per normal rules of Taylor, he is
So the
always in
bless on
shambles.
the potion of heroism is nice, but
Yes.
I do get more temp HP
Yeah,
from
it
my
wouldn't.
item.
It wouldn't overrule that. Yours would override the temp HP
Yeah.
of the gen, but
Get a
it's
free
more.
bless.
It's
We
the free
could-
bless for an hour that we're here
We
for.
could give it
Yes.
to Elwin
We could, yeah.
Yeah.
because Elwin also is I'm gonna gamble
Yes.
kind of dude.
Yeah.
Gamba.
And then, so that means he benefits from the temp HP, and he doesn't get annihilated from archers.
I'd say that's fair. Yeah.
Because apparently Amps has decided to bully our backline now. Because he's finally learned after Kex watch 10 seconds or so.
I mean, like 30.
No.
Yeah, you see, the thing is that it's not quite. I mean, I suppose about 30 because we did have a backline in the form of army
Mm-hmm.
at that point.
Yeah, and I got
Yeah, fair enough.
fucking crit.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
yes, you did. I didn't need to bully the backline. The backline was bullying itself.
Fuck you, bitch.
I mean, you did kind of go. you
I'm
did kind of.
well aware. Don't gotta remind me.
Thumbs up.
I
emoji.
meme myself about it so often that I'm a fucking moron and wasn't aware of how stupid fucking whatchamacallits are.
I'm so close. I'm crying.
How close?
About 8k,
Mm.
7.9k. I could also upgrade my armor, so it's just like, heck. Wait, I could upgrade my armor now. It's a +1.
Rudy. Can't believe he said heck.
Come on.
Take a shot there.
I guess I'll minus the gladiator armaments from mine, because Gore would definitely offer, since he wasn't there for most of that adventure to earn that money.
Alright.
Oh, what else is in the shipment, Em?
Food, resupply for the quartermaster, new books for the wizards.
How much is an upgrade to my plus adamantine plus 1?
It's a rare, so yeah, about that,
Cry. I'm crying.
pretty much.
Cry.
Yeah, armor is one step higher in rarity than everything else.
Now, a more reasonable thing you could do is shield.
I could. I have a shield plus 2. So
Yeah, I was
no.
about
Never
to say
mind.
Shield's already +2.
Never mind. You're just as in shambles as you was before.
Let's go. Pause.
Everything is normal.
I need more money.
Well, let's just fucking rob the banks. Let's just rob the banks of Eternia for him. Let's just treat them how Britain wanted to treat Germany in World War II. Well, post World War II. Easy clap.
Anyways.
Alrighty then. So,
So.
as the days pass by, after 3 days, a man who looks to be in his 70s comes passing through the Eastern Dread Keep. And into the Western Dread Keep, where you all are stationed. He is escorted by Amalia. And he is wearing armor of the Imperial Army.
After a few days, a man in his 70s comes by.
Goddamn cat.
Escorted
You heard bank
by-
heist, and he's paying attention now.
by Malia to where? To the west.
Caroline suddenly reappears in the Dread Keeps, appearing out of the shadows, and it's just like, we heisted.
Yo,
Hold
we're
up here.
heisting poggers? Is this man the man we were talking to through sending imps?
From the description Caroline gave you, this does appear to be the man. Amalia will bring him over to you and say, I would like to officially introduce all of you to Woodrow. Woodrow, these are the individuals who will be helping you get your wife back.
Greetings.
I believe this belongs to you. And maybe we'll pull out the statuette.
Yes. I gave that to your friend.
Indeed.
It was
Oh.
very useful, actually,
It was.
in defending the case of Elerian. Thank you very much for that.
Of course. I don't know how it helped, but I'm glad it did.
Did you
Oh,
did you
did
see
you
the
not-
did you see like the light rain around Elerian?
Yes, when I saw it, I was very glad to still be stationed at the bridge.
Oh, you better have, because
You better have, yeah.
that's with me. That's with me and Vivius here. We gambled a bit, and it fortunately paid off.
Moonbow is very gracious with her
Timing.
time. But proper introduction should be should be in order. As my friend mentioned, I'm Rivius Moonhill, father of Moonbow, and I believe, and you know,
Saloon.
Saloon.
I am Ami Silvertail. Wizard. Wizard. Of no one in particular.
I mean, Mr. seems to think you're something important.
No one in particular. Self-taught, actually. Oh,
It's an honor to
Sword.
meet you.
That figurine. That figurine was actually instrumental in helping me locate your wife. As it was something that belonged to her. I could use it to help locate her.
Yeah, this statuette has been very useful to us.
And you too? I have not seen a Minotaur before, but I know the stories.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I
I am
mean-
Elerian.
I've never seen a Minotaur either, honestly. Only stories from my family.
We do tend to keep to our mazes.
That is understandable, and given the state of how your kind tend to be treated, I don't blame you.
Yeah, we found him in the Bright Forest, being attacked by a group of Imperials.
They've been dealt with. Elwin over here is very good at hearing things, honestly. And seeing, and his perception's really well too. I'm not
Always a
very-
useful skill, most certainly.
Mhm.
Knowing where the enemy is sometimes the most important thing in battle.
Well, how's morale? As a higher up.
Generally, our orders are to make sure the troops don't hear about anything.
I was afraid of that. Have you heard anything
Now,
from back in
obviously,
Eternia?
a few things. Rumors spreading around about the Elerian's offer, but they get shut down pretty quickly. But the rumors are still there.
You can thank the new spy master for that. Amalia.
We rescued her from one of your mining camps.
Yeah.
Amalia gives a very deep curtsy.
Ami almost got herself captured, honestly.
Oh, you chose to come along.
I did choose to come along because I didn't want my party member to, I didn't want to get a message saying that one of my companions has disappeared. Again. I don't need both of them to disappear, Ami.
I mean,
R-
if you-
Rivius has developed abandonment issues.
I mean, you could always send in that paladin friend of yours. Now that
Oh,
you're...
I think he's probably in the Hell Plains fighting for Zariel or whatever. He and I never really got along much.
But yes.
Well, we have work to discuss.
Indeed.
Let's go to the king's chambers. That's probably the best place for this.
It does probably look a bit awkward to just have a Imperium General out in the open. Well, Imperium Commander out in the open, and
I mean, we brought several in. I don't think
that's also true.
M-
one
this
that
is
you-
the most.
this is-
the
this-
most.
Well,
Go
one
ahead.
of the more friendly ones, at the very least.
The more amicable ones, the ones that aren't brought in kicking and screaming, or asleep,
Or handless.
or handless. I wonder how he's doing.
Alright, so you head up to the king's office at the top of the central tower. Ha! You must be Woodrow. It's good to meet you in person instead of talking to you in 25 word bursts.
Have you ever considered having wizards trying to figure out how to make sending not so limited?
Yes, extensively.
Thumbs up.
Trust me, I'd like to get rid of that. And he points to the table.
Have you considered Dream? It can effectively.
I have considered Dream. It's unfortunately can have as many limitations as Message.
Yes, but on average, if you want a detailed talk session, you send them, and then you follow it up with Dream when it's time to sleep.
I don't think elves sleep.
They don't need to be. Because you enter a trance while doing this, and the only requirement is the other person to be sleeping.
We continue to do research into better forms of communication.
Mm-hmm. But the rumors continue to spread. The rumors, although getting shut down, continue to spread through Eternia, and orders are from Imperium High Command to squash such rumors, but they still spread.
It's difficult to keep rumors from spreading amongst the troops, as always.
You cannot kill an idea, they say.
Now, first off, Rivius, you should be. We have been working on our side of the plan to make sure that you can get in, and as the king gestures towards the door, a very short man walks in. He's just about 5 feet.
Okay.
And his face looks somewhat familiar. Rivius, he looks exactly like the gnome that that told you about how cannons work.
Wowie.
Huh.
Recurring
Wow.
NPCs.
Do I know you?
Let me see. I believe a few months ago I explained to you how the cannon works.
Then how were you? Why are you so? No offense, but how are you so tall?
Well, that is what I'm about to give you. And you see him hop off. And he visibly seems to shrink as he picks up two shoes off the ground.
Artificers and their inventions.
What is it? Is this magic? Am I seeing?
Of
What
course
in the
Of
gods?
course it's magic.
We have been working. So we have been working for the last, I want to say, about 2 months that the king has accelerated testing on. we have been working on creating this, and he will hand these to you, and he hands to you the Boots of Lengthening.
Wowie.
It's now in the
Wow.
handouts, along with the rest of the magic items.
Boots of Lengthening, Wondrous item, common. These boots are enchanted with the ability to cause the wearer to look like a size 4 category bigger than they originally were, but at the minimum height of said race. To the naked eye, though, these look like a normal pair of boots and can be fit to go under a set of plate boots if needed. Mimicking a larger race would normally increase your walking speed, but these boots are unwieldy and you retain your walking speed while wearing them. God damn it!
It is a common.
I'm sad.
Besides, you
But
have to be.
what? True. I do have a vortex warping wizard.
Now, this should allow you to be able to, at the very least, with a bit of covering for, the ears,
And the
pass for
and-
somewhat of a human.
and maybe the maybe covering up the religious stuff.
Well, obviously those can be placed on the clothing and the armor.
Yes.
Oh, I can. Previous will snap his fingers and the tome on his one of his hips will disappear. Oh, I can put away the amulet. I do believe. Oh, and Previous will tuck in the holy symbol and move the lunar band to where the rest of his amulets are. Should be good enough.
So, with these, you should be able to pass for a human then. Very small human, but a human nonetheless.
Fascinating what artificers can do. One of my cousins went off to be an artificer.
Neat.
Maybe I know them.
Maybe.
I've worked with a few different artificers in my time. Some of them more crazy than others, he says with a smirk.
My family all likes to say the crazier you are, the smarter you are or something. I don't know. Honestly, the most craziest thing I've done is sell myself to Moonbow. And
That's
the
it.
air raid thing. And the
That's-
slave thing.
That sounds. Selling yourself to Moonbow sounds rather awful
It
in
wasn't
the wrong
it wasn't-
context.
I mean, I wasn't in the right state of mind when I made the pack, but I've made it work because Moonbow.
Yes,
That was-
but the phrasing, the
Yeah.
phrasing is not great.
And that was the last time Rivius ever drank.
True. Now I get looked down
Still
upon.
gets high though.
Now I get looked down upon that I don't drink anymore. Anyways, thank you very much for these. I'm sure these will become most useful. So, do I just put them on and they suddenly work?
Yeah, as soon as you put them on, you should appear to be taller, just like I was. I miss it.
I can return these to you when we're done.
Oh no, those are a prototype. We're still working on other versions. This is its first real field test, so hopefully everything goes okay.
Here's
Okay.
hoping. Now, on to other matters.
Yes, and those other matters are to be resolved quite simply. With the effect of these new magic items, Rivia should be able to pass as my bodyguard fairly simply with his weapons and armor. Very highly paid bodyguard, as he looks at Rivius's armament.
We stole that from the commander at the first keep.
Yeah.
Let's not tell anyone that.
Of course. Of course.
He's alive.
He is alive. Despite Caroline's best efforts.
Oh,
Right.
yes, we managed to reattach his hands.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh, and that's good. I don't think he'll be ever in a good mood though.
Oh, no, we have to keep him sedated. He constantly tries to fight.
That's fair.
He'll calm down eventually.
Probably.
Would he?
Well, he can't hold the sword, so even if he doesn't, he can't do anything. He doesn't have feelings in his fingers yet. We're working on it.
And as it goes for me and Elwyn, the two of us are to act as assistants of yours, correct?
Assistants and advisors.
Does that mean Elvin has to put away his bow and not summon Sojourn?
Sojourn was already out of the question, just due to how dragons are looked upon.
Yes, I've been informed about the Drake Warden, and unfortunately your dragon will not be able to be summoned freely in the city, but you can still carry your bow.
Personal
It
defense.
makes sense for you to have some form of defense.
Fair enough.
And for the Minotaur, you will be my personal champion. You being my champion instead of a slave means that you can live out of my house instead of in the pits. And you can have at least somewhat free reign of the city, provided you are with me. But it gives you a lot more freedom than being locked in a cell.
Quick question. Are there any teleportation circles within Eternia?
There is one, but it is located within the Capitol building itself.
Okay, out of the question then.
Yeah, I don't
The
think...
the Undying does not like people entering his city without his knowledge.
Well,
that's about to change now, is it?
well, if all goes well, the day of the breakout.
So, I've always had a question. How do you go in and out of the city?
Well, there's 3 gates. One
Mhm.
on the east, one on the north, and one on the south.
See.
We will be coming in through the through the southern gate. It's the main trade gateway. My army, which has been given orders by my second in command, the only one I trust enough to tell right now, will be re-entering the city in about a week, coming from the north, where they will be stationed for the next few months.
So enough time for us to get all of this fleshed out.
Indeed. My army consists largely of beast race slaves and my officers that I trust. So the king has told me of the plan for for my army defecting, and well, I think if given the choice, many of the soldiers under my command will happily do so.
That and having Gore along as your personal champion would probably inspire them somewhat when the time comes. And that could probably
They are also some of the best treated beasts in the army.
So they probably wouldn't necessarily immediately go for you. That's good.
I mean, he does have his. He is married to a longer lived race. I don't think he would,
Yes.
necessarily.
Wouldn't necessarily go out of his way to treat those who aren't human poorly. But
Now.
it could when the day comes, it could certainly cause a cascade effect throughout the Eternia's army for a defection.
Indeed, one of the goals I have to assist in the causing of this chaos and to continue sparking the fuel of the revolt is one of the main targets of the revolt should be the beast camps.
Oh, are the beast camps located inside?
There are several save camps in and around Eternia that contain many of the beast races. They would be more than happy to fight if they're freed. Simply more chaos to fuel the fire.
Mm-hmm.
And once we get Imelda out, you'll be free to do.
Once Imelda's out, I will, whether my army joins me or not, I will be defecting.
Yeah,
That's
potentially.
been my plan for the longest.
Yeah. I mean, simply as the uprising is starting, we can probably give the order. We're probably going to want to try and make sure that everything goes off all at once. To give the Imperium as little time as possible to react.
Indeed. I think once we are inside the city, the first thing that will need to be done is we need to get into contact with the inevitable peasant revolt that is forming inside the city.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't guarantee it. I can tell you now that there is almost certainly one forming, considering the cost of bread has gone up to 50 silver.
That's just 5 gold. That is.
That's a lot of.
Many peasantry are having to work double shifts simply to feed their family. There is a lot of discontent amongst the peasantry right now in the city.
Discontent rises. It's like Frostpunk.
But yes, well, that makes one part of this easier. Another way we intend to strike at Bane is to disrupt the people's faith within him, which is
I don't think
already probably happening somewhat, but the more that we spread that Bane isn't the only choice, the more we can weaken Bane.
He turns to Rivius. You are a cleric, correct?
cleric of Lady Saloon herself.
Wouldn't be able to advertise it as a cleric of advertise you as a cleric of Saloon, but we could shake people's faith by setting up a small hospital in the peasant areas. As poverty rises, so does disease, and having a cleric acting as a doctor will be quite effective.
Most of my party are pretty hardy, so I don't need to use much healing magic these days.
There was a paladin originally with us, but they have long since parted ways. They parted ways shortly before I chanced across the Rivius and Caroline initially.
Now, we need to shake their faith in other ways. Obviously, one of the easiest ways would be to show that Bane's power is fading over the people.
Mm-hmm.
That would already be happening with the increasing prices of common goods, but other ways we could do it is... If we had some way of getting food into the city, that would help.
I mean, I know a magic item shop that sells more than a couple bags of holdings.
Those would certainly help, yes. If we can get food in, and we can prove that you can feed the people better than the king, better than the emperor can, that will shake their faith in the emperor, and by extension, shake their faith in Bane, since the emperor is the voice of Bane in the city.
We could in the hospital set up a small cafeteria of sorts. Make it, instead of just a hospital, into a shelter.
That's certainly an idea.
Mm-hmm.
If we can build faith if we can build faith from the people in you, that will make convincing them to join a revolution a lot easier.
And it directly weakens Bane. And has other effects. Well, the more belief.
Regardless, there is. Go ahead.
More faith that we take from Bane than the faith that we put into ourselves, the stronger we become.
And if they are well fed by us, that will make them a more effective force. Starving
Indeed.
doesn't do much for your morale or your strength.
An army marches on its stomach, after all.
This is so, do you have any insight into the whole psionic connection business that the commanders seem to have going on?
The commanders we've tried to talk to aren't very talkative about the whole thing.
They are not very talkative to me about it either. The only reason I know about it is because they use it to remind me of my wife.
I think the simplest way is the second that we have your wife, that the prison uprising, the prison revolt starts, that we'll shoot a message your way and let the chaos begin.
Inform me. I think a good idea would also be to inform me the day before, so that I can start preparing my men.
Of course.
See who will join and who will not.
Of course. Of course. We'll have some time to get used. One of the things I intend to do while I'm in the city as your assistant is to study, is to familiarize myself with the pits. So when the time comes, I can teleport us with good accuracy to the arena.
You will have full reign to take my champion to the pits then. He will need to observe the facilities after all.
Of course, of course. Sounds like a plan. We've got a couple of months so I can greatly familiarize myself with it.
And then, for you, the ranger, we need something for you to be able to do in the city as well. Or perhaps outside the city.
Perhaps. His expertise does lay in the mountains and the forests, so he could potentially take a look around any beast camps in the areas.
You could begin infiltrating and spreading dissent amongst the beast camps, preparing them for the uprising.
Like a plan to me.
Does anyone have any questions before we set out?
Or Elwin, any questions?
None
Are
here.
you,
No.
are you okay with it, Owen?
Could you repeat that? Sorry.
Are you okay with this? He would say,
Yes, I am perfectly okay with this.
Excellent. Then we should head out. We have, and he checks the map. It's about 3 days' journey. Should be fairly uneventful, at least. From what I understand, the main bandit group in the area has been helping more than hindering the advancements of the Elerians.
We believe the
I do believe that
we
silent
personally believe that the group, who is led under the merc named the Silent Queen, is actually ran by our friend, the very same that met you all that time ago.
we don't know for sure though.
We do not know for sure.
unfortunately.
They
She
refuse
is-
to share their methods.
They're also very, it's also very how you say, very much like her. It's very in character.
It is.
The Silent Queen's methods and her general demeanor remind me of her.
Maybe we should scrying Silent Queen at some point. Or legend lore her. Oh well. The thing for another time.
He will turn. Woodward will turn to the king. Well, I can't technically call you my lord yet, but we shall keep in contact, my lord. Indeed, we shall. I shall endeavor to message at least once a week to get an update on your progress. Now, keep me updated, and once you have facilitated some form of basis for the rebellion, we can start shipping in weapons along with you, army. For now, we will happily provide food.
Mm-hmm.
Food and whatever medical supplies Rivius may need.
What is Owen gonna do again?
He's probably going to be scouting around the areas and spreading dissent among beast camps in the area in preparation for the revolution.
Well, join me at the gate when you're all ready to leave. And Woodrow will leave the room and climb back down the stairs. This is quite the ambitious plan we have here.
It very much is.
I mean, third time's a charm for this gamble, huh, Ami?
It will be indeed. Well, but the problem is, third time's the charm implies that the first two failed.
You know what I mean.
I get it, but I'm still going to
get the
point it out.
point.
I do. Suppose it's just another day in the life of us, ain't it? don't think it would. I don't think it would be wrong for us to say that we've become the champions of Elerian over the course of this war. Would it?
Nah, I mean, we've done a lot for it.
We have,
And
and that's why I
The
said.
more,
That's why I
the
say
more,
it wouldn't be wrong to call us the champions.
and well, Saloon had this say, the more we, how you say, the more we do these sort of good deeds, we'll get powerful in our own regard.
Indeed. Part of me wishes to perhaps make the town folks, the folks of Eternia, believe that they are seeing things. I'm to give them food, help them by them seeing my true form, and perhaps trick them into believing in me.
I mean,
But-
you are going to feed them.
I am, but will I show them my true form is the better question, and the more dangerous one at that.
More dangerous, but a kitsune, a long-lived race, feeding the less fortunate would certainly get them to believe in something other than Bane.
This is true. This is very true. And I don't think the Imperium has much goodwill with the peasants currently.
They most certainly do not.
Oh, it might be easier for me to move around without the boots in the field hospital, so...
I think it's better to... I think it would be better to... You are going to generally retaining your look, to just be taller.
Fair enough.
And
They
it
are
would be better.
quite
It is a little...
Oh, I have to ask, so can I walk in these normally, my lord? Or are these just...
You'll more or less look like you're walking like a normal human, just a little bit slower.
Oh, so I don't need to take these off then during the field
Yeah,
hospital?
you'll have a slightly shorter stride than most people, but not anything significant.
Alright.
Well... I suppose for now it is... It might benefit me to not go in with my, coat, jacket, whatever. That might be a bit of a tell.
I mean, they probably do know you by your blue coat. You probably do need to get a new one at least. Could minor illusion one.
Yes, but that is a lot of effort to keep that up over time.
Fair enough.
Any recommendations? Any recommendations, King?
What's this for?
Different look. So when I'm in human form, I don't have the same damn coat because it's might be a little bit of a tell. Smile.
Yeah, because a kitsune in a blue coat running around
Causing a lot
causing
of
causing
trouble.
a lot of
Causing lots of trouble. Yes. I mean, I could probably get something tailored for you.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah, I guess you could just send it in with. Those in the capital aren't particularly. Those in the capital wouldn't be particularly familiar with my looks, so I think I could probably.
They
get
would
away
be.
with it.
They would probably be looking for the tails as much as the blue coat. So.
I guess I could bank on it for a little while to look like just be a coincidence.
And then we can get you shipped. We can ship you out a new outfit soon, once we're established.
Well, I can easily get you a coat. You'll just need to give me the specifications for what you'd like.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm so used to wearing this. I'm so used to my robes. Hard to think
You
of.
could just get another color.
This is. I mean, yeah, this might be the case, but something more formal or akin to what the Imperials wear would probably be better. The robes are somewhat distinct, I would think. Now that I think about it.
We could fairly easily get you saying a similar color but a different style.
Yeah, that would more or less make it a coincidence rather than so distinct.
I'll get my tailors to work on it.
Thumbs up. In the meantime, I shall just. There's probably something that can work for now, from whatever we've captured from the Imperium.
Well, there's certainly plenty. There's certainly plenty at the storerooms. I'm sure the quartermaster can get you something.
Of course.
They might be a bit plain, though.
That's fine. It's not forever. The day of I will. The day of there will be no hiding.
All right. So the quartermaster can easily just give you some common clothing.
Nodders.
No charge for that. They've got plenty of them.
Yeah.
And anything else anyone would like to do before you head out?
No.
Do we know the king's real name?
It starts with an H, and I don't know how to pronounce it, so I don't mention it.
I will put it into the chat because I also have trouble pronouncing it because elven names are hard. Boop. There is his full name.
Bangalore. Well,
Because elves' names are hard.
true. Well, Bangalore, it's been fun. Parting of ways for now. It's at least.
Hopefully not for too long.
I mean,
It will be several months before we likely see each other in person again, though.
bare minimum if everything does go wrong. Well, Harry's got this. She'll knock on the helm, which is actually a crown for her. Sort of. If you remember the one that crown of fucking. I forget. Hades' mom. No, Zagreus' mom.
Persephone?
Yeah, Persephone's crown. It's more in the like the laurel.
Yeah, the laurels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
a
laurels.
laurel.
Yeah, that's what her helm of teleportation is. I've always got
Nodders.
this. She'll knock on the laurel on her head.
It's certainly gotten a lot of use, hasn't it?
Well, when it's shocking, it's shocking how much common use you can find for something that gives you access to something far out of my own league. For only 5,000 gold. Really don't know why it's that cheap.
For the low price of 5,000 gold, you too can break a campaign.
True. You too can make your DM panic on the spot and have to figure out what the fuck you're gonna do because your wizard has asked you the terrible question, hey, can I force recharge this? Then proceed to roll
And
a
then you went
75.
sure, and
Yeah.
you go sure, and it ends up going well.
Somehow, by the slimmest of margins, it goes fucking swimmingly. And your player asks to, and the
about it. Don't worry about it.
it's fine. You invited me. This is going to happen. I have batshit insane ideas all the time. Like the one where I was asking Ebs, it was like, hey, do those planes still exist? He was like, nah. Okay, well here goes that idea.
Yeah, those specific places do not exist. The plane still exists, but those
Yeah.
specific places in the plane do not.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I cannot substitute plane shift with teleport, which would have been really funny if I could. Because TLDR, hi, you're grappled now, and you know, what if I just somehow finagled it and I took you with me to that plane, and smile, it's go time, bitch, or I just eat it, smile. Fuck out of here, bitch. You're coming with me. I'm going down. I'm taking you with me.
Alright, so you head down to the gate and you join Woodrow on the journey towards Eternia.
Ami is now a human. Now appears to be a human.
Vivius also appears to be human, but smaller.
Alwyn has a beanie on.
Gore is just gore.
Gore is gore. Gore is literally unchanged.
Gore is just Gore. The only difference is Gore is now walks next to Woodrow.
Yeah, Elwin's just wearing, a robe and has his
Has the hood up.
has the hood up.
Do we have the bags of holding full of food? Is it in it?
Yeah, you can have a bag of holding full of food
Otters.
before you leave.
Not food and water skins, poggers, nodders, poggers.
Yeah.
Specially modified bag of holding, so everything isn't just suffocating and dying quickly. Dab.
I mean, it's food. It doesn't matter if there's no oxygen.
Yes, it does, actually.
Okay,
Dehydrators work by sucking all the oxygen out of food.
Right, but I think that the point is that the food isn't breathing and taking
Yeah.
up the air that is there.
yeah,
Whatever.
the food
That's
doesn't
fair.
care. The bag doesn't suck air or water out of a thing.
I mean,
Now, if it was moldy bread, then we might have an issue.
Lamau. We ain't trying to be worse. We ain't trying to be somehow worse than Imperium here. I need better.
Ain't had nothing to eat but maggoty bread for 3 stinking days.
I think that's a reference to something.
Yeah, that's a reference to something I don't know.
I see.
Yeah! Why can't we have some meat?
Yeah.
That's a reference to Lord of the Rings.
Rings.
Ah,
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Yeah,
okay,
when
that's
they
why I
start-
don't know it. That's why I don't know it.
Yeah, when they start to cannibalize each other because someone freaking hit
It's
someone
not
else.
cannibalism, they're different species. Although orcs do cannibalize each other, it's very well documented.
Yeah, I would know, Smile. I would know. I've played Shadow of War.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Urukai and orcs are different species, so it's technically not cannibalism.
Anyways.
Alright, now we stop talking about Lord of the Rings lore. Because I made a stupid reference. After 3 days of journeying, fairly uneventful. Actually, along your journey, give me all 4 of you. Give me 3 perception checks, 1 for each day.
Okay, is this based on sight or?
This is sight and hearing, so.
Dab. God rolls. Why do you only have 2 perception? Put in plus 2
I have two.
perception.
I have two.
So sorry, did you say
two-
everybody's rolling this?
I have
Yes,
two.
everyone.
I kept rolling 5s.
Oh.
Thumbs up emoji.
That's normal. Oop.
He's busy focusing on walking, okay?
2 more from you, please, Panda.
Sorry.
No problem.
Perception. My brain did not register the perception request, and that there were 3.
There we go.
I'm glad that my dice has decided to hate me today. Thumbs up emoji. I've done nothing.
All right. So on the first day, Gore and Ami, you both spot around in the trees and the brushes along the road. You spot movement from hooded figures. Some of them you see having the insignias of Elerian, but most of them seem to have no insignia at all. On the second day, Elwyn, you spot very handedly. You spot a group of 5 figures skulking around in the trees that are watching and following you throughout the course of the day. They seem to be keeping an eye on you. They have no telltale insignia on them.
I mean, I tell the party about this. So I know where they are. Could I sneak up on them? Like,
they are actively watching you.
Okay.
As in, there's pretty much one pair of eyes on everybody at a time. And on the third day, Ami and Elwyn, you notice that these people are still following you and have been keeping pretty much the same distance for the entire time. Staying close enough that if anything were to happen, they'd be able to get to you in a turn. So they are staying within 30 feet of the group.
We have
That's
company.
really good. I had to take a guess. I'd say that those are of the Silent Clan.
I don't know if they're.
Have no insignia. Well, some don't. Others have the insignia of Elerian.
Must be some of Amalia's scouts then. He did say he was building up a infiltration team.
Indeed.
Alright. And on the third day, on the second day you started to be able to see the city. On the third day you are able to now see the southern gates of the city of Eternia. And to put it into perspective, the kingdom of Elerian is like a small city by modern standards. Eternia is a metropolis. Sprawling and expansive to the point it would be from a aerial view not too dissimilar in terms of the area it covers from a city like New York or California.
No wonder
Or,
it's...
well, LA.
Oh, good! Inside joke about California here that I can't think of right now because I'm tired.
Oh, good. We can buy weed. But yeah, this is a sprawling metropolis that utterly dwarfs the size of Elerian. So, as you all pull up to the gate, there are about 20 guards that stand on the side of the road in front of the gate, with 2 standing in front of the gate directly. Ah, Commander Woodrow, I wasn't expecting you back for several more months. Yes, the Field Marshal has ordered me and my army back. I was specifically ordered back on a quicker route through the mountains. I was given specialized transport to make sure I got here quickly. My army will be arriving within the week. The Field Marshal's saying up for another plan to take back the Dreadkeeps. Yes, he's playing a fairly large offensive, from what I understand. Good. It's about time we took the place back. These damned Elerians have held our keeps for too long. Indeed. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to enter. First off, sir, we need to do some clearance. Who are these 4, especially the beast? These are my 2 assistants. And he gestures at Ami and Elwyn. They accompany me wherever I go. They ensure that everything is taken care of properly. This is my personal bodyguard, and he gestures towards Rivius. I've paid him quite generously to be able to protect me as well as he does. And this is the man who makes sure I have the money to pay him. This is my personal champion. It's time. I've decided it's time for him to take his pick of the pits, so that he can maybe finally earn the Undying's favor. All right. Let me just get out the paperwork, and he pulls out a large book. 4 humans, 1 beast. And he makes a small note. All right. Just remember that the city is currently under martial law. So you may be a commander in the army, but you are still beholden to the rules of the city. No being out past sundown, and we recommend avoiding the peasant quarters. They've been rowdy lately. Of course they have. Peasants are peasants. It's what they do. Now, can you let us past? Of course, sir. All right, open the gate and let them through. And the gates to Eternia begin to open. And as you enter into a city that is completely filled with just life. There is constant movement. There are... One thing that you didn't see a lot of in Elerian, there are lots of people on the streets begging for money. As they are generally ignored by the clearly more wealthy populace.
Don't have everything. I don't have the sleight of hand
All right.
stuff for gold. Damn.
We should head to my house first, and from there we can decide what we'll be doing for our first day here.
Of course, sir. I mean, a piece of bread is 50 silver, Tommy.
The Empire hasn't been the most prosperous for about 20 years now. Not since I was drafted. Only more and more. The general populace suffers while the wealthy get richer and richer.
Honestly, the king pays us way too much money.
The king of Elerian pays so much money because Elerian is one of the most prosperous nations on Elerian. They make a lot of money with their trade deals on the untouched lands. Ever since they set up a trading post there, their prosperity has exploded.
We met someone briefly that was from the untouched lands. He was a merchant. He was a traveling merchant, but he did get herself arrested because apparently the fairies had something he did not like about her god.
Discussions to have in private. But yes, the King of Elerian has had deep pockets for many, many years now. But that is neither here nor there right now. We should get inside. And after about 10 minutes of walking, and as you get closer to the center of the city, you see less and less peasants on the streets. And more and more high-class people. Alright, here's my house. Get inside quickly. I don't want anyone getting the wrong idea about Gore yet.
Of course, sir.
As you've been walking through the streets, Gore has just been getting stared at every time someone walks past.
I mean, he's a giant minotaur, so it makes sense.
Yeah, he's just staring straight ahead, trying not to draw extra attention, and trying not to notice anything that might upset him. He's trying really hard.
But yeah, as you're walking through the city, the main things you notice is the majority of people are human. When you get into the wealthier districts, you start to see a lot more. You start to see a lot more tieflings mixed in as well. The majority is still human, but there are a significant amount of tieflings and other human lifespan creatures that are in the higher higher brow of society.
Why did you ask me for music? Didn't you just ask for music earlier?
Yes, I know. I'm getting to that. Alright,
No.
so
You know,
he
I'm getting
opens.
more and more convinced that King is actually a dragon.
God damn it. Alright, as he unlocks the door and lets you all into the house. He closes and locks the door behind him, and you are now in his house. It's quite modest considering it's in a much more expensive part of town. Still large and clearly higher class, but in terms of furnishings, it's very modest. Make yourself comfortable.
I take off the boots.
My home is your home.
I take
While,
off the boots
while
and
we
I
stay
cry.
here. Rivius is now small once more.
Yes, I do have to check on the altars. But yeah, didn't you ask for music?
Yes, and I'm in the process of starting it right now. Please, make yourself comfortable in my house. There are plenty of bedrooms that never get used. And, you can set your weapons by the door, or keep them on you if you desire.
I'm okay. I'm used to holding my weapon around all the time.
For now. Yeah, no manifest mind for this. Well, I can say with confidence that I haven't seen that many poor in a long time.
It reminds me of the poor. Oh, went back home. Before before things got better, there was a lot of poor where I lived. And then we had a huge farm boon. And then things got slowly better and better. So I was thinking. Go ahead. So I was thinking, Commander. Do you have a map of the Imperium? I was thinking, we put the. So when do you want to set up the shelter?
Yes, let me quickly get the map that I have of the city. And he goes into what looks to be a small storeroom and brings out a box and opens the lid. All right, here, map. I don't have a map yet. I'll have that next week. Don't worry.
Thumbs up emoji. Ignore the
if you see any rich people, don't look the poor in the eye, and never look the rich in the eye.
So look at the ground.
Pretty much. Look at the ground or look at the sky, or look straight forward. Just don't acknowledge anyone, because once you acknowledge anyone, they start to scrutinize you around here. You're not high class enough to look at any of the rich people, and you're not poor enough to look at the poor people. Yes, but that will be for when we're in the poor districts, which there won't be any rich people around to see us looking at them. And he unfolds the map on the ground, and he holds his hand over a section of the map in the on the western side of the city. The docks have a lot of poor, but the problem there is that obviously that's where all the merchants are as well. So it'll be difficult to concentrate efforts there. What's left of it?
What?
The Elerians have new technology that has been causing our ships no small amount of trouble.
Oh,
They're able to engage us from much further away than we can engage them.
Yeah, they just don't tell anyone, but they just invented it recently. It's an experiment. I think they're called cannons?
Explains the damage to the towers that I saw.
Yeah, an artificer was just talking to me about it. Same one that you the same one that was
Gave you your
college.
boots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm certainly glad to start being on your side. But yes, our navy now stays largely mothballed, and it's a large reason for the problems the city is facing. The Elerian navy has had us blockaded for weeks.
I'm afraid. You're slowly withering from the inside out.
We do get supplies, but the supplies that come this way from the other towns that we control, a lot of them get raided by the Nightborn, I believe they call themselves.
Are they led by the Silent Queen, perchance?
That is the same group, yes.
Interesting name you got there. Yeah, it's more and more you say, more and more I hear about them, more it's just like, as soon as we meet the Silent Queen, it'll just be meeting an old friend. Anyways, so where are we setting up the shelter?
Well, as I said, the docks are pretty much out of the question. Too many rich merchants there for us to... Too many rich merchants. Yeah. Yep. Here, this is what many people consider to be the poor district. It's run down, lots of warehouses that are now largely abandoned. So it's where the poor have gathered the most. Discretion will be hard. I was thinking we set up in one of the warehouses. We make friends with the with the poor there, and we set up in one of their warehouses. That will give us cover from general patrols. Guards don't really patrol around there too much. They walk the streets some, but they don't stick their noses in places where they could get them cut off. The curfew is definitely going to be the harder part. I'm thinking we possibly start up something more official here, and he indicates just outside of the poor district on the eastern side of the city. We could have a small what's the right word? A small operation there, just like, I don't know, a train area maybe, some way for the guards to maybe take a rest, a bar or something. Something more official lets us get more wind of guard patrols and of the sorts going into the district. Then when night falls, when curfew is about to come into effect, instead of coming back here to the house, we can go straight into the district and make our way through during a lull in the guards' patrols. Yes, wizards. Well, if we have invisibility, we could just simply go in during the night.
I just recently acquired more magic from Lady Saloon. That's fair enough.
I could. Then best would be for you four to go in, and I can get some contact. I have some contacts in the city that should be able to give me a pass for the curfew, but I wouldn't be able to extend it to the four of you.
The problem is that Gore is, pardon the metaphor, pardon the wording, to the commander.
Yes, it would be difficult to move you around, Gore. I might be able to sort something for tomorrow. For now, I think perhaps just scouting during the day will be best. We can go into the district fine enough. It's staying there that's the issue.
The boots aren't that comfortable either, honestly. You can let the disguise down while we're here. fair. That's fair. Human common clothes aren't as how you say, or kitsune tails.
Well then, let's shall we go take a walk around then? He'll look at Rivius. You should probably put your boots back on.
I should, yes. He will begrudgingly put back the boots on. The boots back on. Doesn't really like them because they're boots, but they're like they're not the cool boot. They're not like true. They're like they're not the lesbian boots. They're just the conga boots.
Goodness. Alright, so you take a walk onto the east side of the city, and as you move closer towards the eastern gate, you can see that the place starts to descend into more unkept buildings and less residential and more warehouse and storage. And there are a lot of poor people that are all gathered into small camps or just sitting on the side of the streets trying to keep warm. Not all of them are able to get into a warehouse. Some of them are more strict than others. Empty, difficult. One that would accommodate us would probably be relatively simple, though.
We could trade food.
Let's see what we can find. As you continue walking, you get stopped by someone in some ragged clothing, and it's just like, "Hey, yeah, you're looking for some fun, some entertainment? I got some good stuff. We're not interested in any drugs." Who said anything about drugs? It's just it's just some good spices. We're not interested. I mean, you rich bastards. Come on, let's. Desperation breeds all sorts. After a few minutes, he opens a warehouse door, and the roof looks like it's half missing. Once he opens the door, and you can see the sun shining through it.
What is this, Okami?
Worrying, but potentially useful. It's not too much better sleeping in here than it is out in the elements. Which means that there's probably not many people in here. It shouldn't be too hard to at least cover it until we can get it fixed. Getting it fixed will be hard, though. We'll have to do it ourselves.
I can fly.
Not yet, at least. Not until we're at least established.
I can do reconnaissance if you need it to.
We could befriend a bunch of laborers. Feed them. Keep them healthy. Make a small workforce. We do have we also have money.
That's...
Yeah, we've been working for the king for a while now. That's why our ornaments are so, how you say, expensive looking.
Well, it should be fairly easy to get a tarp to cover the hole. That'll be a temporary fix that lets us, at the very least, get situated with getting people in here and starting the process. Aside from that, we need to clear out the rubble of the collapsed roof. And we need to start setting up places for people to sleep and places for Rivias to perform medical attention.
Like I said, that we could hire laborers to build us.
Bedrolls will probably be the best we can get right now. Indeed. Then we begin, and we'll get started. And it is a little bit early, but I think that is where I will call for tonight's session.
Yeah.
Because what I intend to do
Uh-huh.
is there are two maps I intend to make. One I intend to already have, but executive dysfunction, lots of exhaustion, and a hell of a week meant that I never got to make it. I want to make a map of the actual city of Eternia, since the layout of the city will be quite important for what you guys are intending to do.
Yep.
And I want to make a map of this warehouse. A map that that will be getting changed and edited as you guys improve it and
Building like
grow it. Honestly, yeah, kinda. That's not what I was intending, but that does work. Yes. Nodded.
In the
They're in
heart
the
of
middle
enemy
state.
territory.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I was going to turn the tower defense. Build a tower in the middle of the enemy base and then let them come. Hmm.
So I had a visitor come in the middle of session.
Yes, we heard. I heard barking. Do we have a Coco?
Yes, I thought I had my noise suppression on. I did. She's just loud. Are you loud? Are you loud?
And some cats. But yeah, thank you all for joining. I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
Nodded.
I'm gonna, as with most of Fate, I'm gonna be doing a lot of experimenting with this next arc.
Base building. Base building. Base building. We're base building. True.
That I do have a city builder campaign idea for Phase 2.
Let's go.
But yeah, alright.
No, I'm not gonna be
We-
playing in Phase 2. Adores now. Bruh. Can't believe I'm in fully.
Look, if it goes well, I'll probably have the occasional city building campaign littered throughout. City or town builder.
True. We are technically divine. Hi, Stoppy. Oh, you're excited. Oh, you're so.
But yeah, thank you all for joining.
Oh,
Thank you.
Wah, wah. Ooh, blades in the dark, bah.
I've heard that it's a very fun system.
I played
It
it
is
like
very
once.
fun.
I played it like once. I drowned someone in rat.
No.
It was Clark's idea.
It,
Well, I-
it was Kart's idea, and it was 100% Dishonored inspired.
I mean, the base setting for Blades in the Dark is very